KarenOBeauty, and today I'm going to be doing a prom/formal makeup tutorial using ShaylaXColorPop's collection. It's prom season, and not only is this collection amazing and affordable, but it's 100% brown girl friendly. If you want to see me use the Shayla and ColourPop collaboration to create a prom look, then keep on watching. And without further ado, let's move on to the tutorial. I'm really excited to be using Shayla's Perception palette for this look. The colors in here are just beautiful. There's a great range of neutrals as well as brights. So to start off, I'm going to actually apply an eyeshadow primer to my eyes. This is something I don't normally do, but because it's a formal event and I want my makeup to last all night, I'm just opting for a primer. Today I'm going to use the Smashbox 24-hour photo focus finish, Smashbox 24-hour photo finish primer. And I'm just going to sweep this over my lids. I'm just taking a little bit on the back of my hands and just sweeping it over my lid. Now, because my eyelids and my under eyes are very dark, I'm going to use concealer over top my lids to act as a good base color. I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the color Tan Sand. Just going to dab a little on my lids. And I'm going to use a damp beauty blender to pat that in. Now that my lids are a little more evened out, I can move on with applying a transition color. Looking at this palette, I think this color here, Culture, I'm just going to make sure you see it, would be a great transition color. So I'm going to use my pointed blending brush, which is the definition brush from Lise Watier. It's one of my favorites, but any blending brush would do. And I'm just going to sweep that into the crease of my eye. Now that I have my transition color applied, I'm going to go in and I'm going to apply some of the color Played Out, which is a dark matte brown. It almost has a little bit of a red undertone to it. I'm going to apply that to my outer corner and I'm going to smoke it out a little. Now I'm going to take a clean blending brush and I'm going to use this blending brush to just buff out the edges and to make sure that the colors blend well together. And I should mention that this eyeshadow blends very, very easily and blends smoothly and even. I really like the texture of the eyeshadow because it feels velvety and silky when you swatch it on your fingers. And I don't know if you follow me on Instagram, but last week, I believe, I did a story where I tested out and did swatches of these shadows on my arm. So I'm going to go back into Played Out and just build up the intensity of that outer corner. I'm going to keep doing this until I'm satisfied with the deepness of the color. I'm liking where this outer corner is going, but I'm going to add some more of that transition color to my crease. And that transition color is the name Culture. Using the clean blending brush, I'm going to buff out the edges. Now I'm going to go into the palette with a flat eyeshadow brush and I'm going to dip my brush into the color September. This is a beautiful fuchsia or magenta color. And I'm just going to sweep this across my lid. I'm going to take the same blending brush that I was using with the brown earlier and I'm just going to blend in circular motions in that outer corner. I'm going to go back into Culture and just keep applying some of that transition color to my crease. I'm going to add a little more Played Out in my outer corner. Now I'm going to take that same flat eyeshadow brush that I used previously and I'm going to dip it into the color Unbothered. And this is a beautiful cream colored, almost gold eyeshadow. And I'm going to sweep that across my lid, going over top the September color. And this is just going to give a pearl Liza effect to that color and it'll lighten it a little, and that's okay. But I feel like it just gives it a beautiful sheen. I'm gonna go back to my first blending brush and just blend my outer corner again. So I'm liking how this looks. I'm gonna move on to the second eye. So I'm gonna come back and finish my eyes after I've applied foundation and concealer. So I'm gonna start by applying a primer to my face, and today I'm gonna use a different one. I'm using the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. This one has an SPF of 15 and it has Dermoxyl complex. So what I'm told is that this will prime, protect, and correct in just one step. So let's see how this one works. I'm gonna apply a little bit to the back of my hand and then apply this primer all over my face. So now that I have the primer on, I'm going to apply my foundation. Because I want the makeup to last for the entire night, I would recommend using a full coverage, all-nighter type of foundation. I know that Urban Decay makes a really good one, but unfortunately, I have actually tanned a little bit in the last couple months, so my Urban Decay all-nighter no longer matches me. So I'm going to use Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 Foundation Concealer, and I need to mix the color Sand 06, the color Sand Beige 06 with the color Sand 07 to get a perfect match for my skin tone right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to apply a little bit of sand onto my palette / candle holder that I got at the dollar store, and I'm going to apply a little bit of the 06 Sand Beige onto the same palette. I'm going to use my damp beauty blender to dip into these colors. I'm just going to kind of dip into both of them at the same time and just use the beauty blender to dab this on my face. So you know, I film in my living room and we sometimes get background noise. So if you hear any basketballs or lawnmowers or children, it's because it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a holiday Monday and everyone's outside doing stuff. So I'm liking the coverage of my foundation, so I'm going to move on to concealing my under eyes. And my dark circles are atrocious right now. And because like this is a big event, I really just want to do everything that I can to avoid the darkness showing through. So I'm actually going to use an orange color corrector, which is something that I don't always do. And I'm going to use the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the color orange. I'm just going to dab a little bit of this just in the corner of my eye. Like this. And I'm going to use my same damp beauty blender to just blend this out a little. I'm just like pinching my beauty blender to get into that nook and cranny between my eye and my nose. And I'm dabbing. So now I'm going to go in with my Tarte Shape Tape in the color Tan Sand, which was the same color I used on my eyelid. And I'm going to apply this to my other eyes. And I'm going to do it in the triangle motion today because I really want a bright under eye. You'll see that I'm taking the concealer up and just cleaning up that eyeshadow that we did earlier, just cleaning up that edge. Now that I have the concealer down, I'm going to set my under eye. I'm going to use the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder to set my under eye. And I'm nearing the end of this bad boy, so I'm trying to get the most out of it by shaking that powder out. Because this stuff's not cheap. And I'm just going to reach over for my brush, which is slightly out of my reach, sorry. This is the Morphe E52 brush. I like this brush because not only are the bristles very finely, tightly compacted, it also does this dome thing, and this dome thing is what gets in to the corner of my eye. So I'm going to take my damp beauty blender, just go over that concealer under my eye once more. I'm going to take my brush and just get that into there and just tap that powder on, because I want to avoid creasing as much as possible. And creasing shouldn't be confused with the lines under my eyes, because I got lines under my eyes. You know, it happens. Happens to the best of us. So I'm just going to do this to the other side. Now that my under eye concealer is set, I'm going to move on to finishing my eyes. And through the magic of television, I've gone ahead and I've finished off my eyebrows and applied eyeliner and falsies. So now I'm going to take a small blending brush. This is my Morphe M506 brush, and I'm going to apply some shadow to my under eye. So I'm going to use the color, let's see, what should I use? Maybe I'm going to start with using the color Sassy, which is a bit of a gray. And I'm just going to use that starting at my outer corner, and I'm going to move into the center of my eye. And I'm just lightly applying it to my under eye. Using the same brush, I'm going to go into September, and I'm going to start towards the middle of my under eye. I'm going to drag that shadow into my inner corner. Going to do the same thing on the other side. Sassy and September into my inner corner. Now that I have that all together, I'm going to take that same brush, I'm going to dip it into Unbothered, and I'm just going to tap that into my inner corners, and this will act as my inner corner highlight. And there my eyes are complete. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start on my highlight and my contour. So I'm going to start by just lightly contouring my nose, and today I'm going to use just a medium angled shading brush and with my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. I'm just going to dip this brush into, I always forget the colors, Subconscious. I'm going to tap off some of that excess, and I'm just going to run it along the bridge of my nose, just making it appear like it's smaller. So I'm just going to do this really quickly. I'm going to take the same Subconscious and I'm going to run it along the tip of my nose and along either side of my nostril. And I'll just do a little line across the bridge, and then I will blend that color in. Doesn't look like much right now, but I'm just going to take my finger, I'm going to dip my finger into this peach color called Lucid. I'm going to run that along my bridge and just on the tip of my nose, just to give my nose some more dimension. And just take that same brush that I was using before and just blending out the color on the bridge. So because this is a special event, I want my face to look snatched and chiseled. So I'm going to use my Morphe R7 brush, which is just a nice fluffy bronzing brush or contour brush. And I'm gonna dip it into a combination of Subconscious and Shadow Play, dip off the excess, and I'm just gonna run it along my cheekbones in an angled motion because my face is round and I wanna chisel that roundness out. And I'm just gonna keep running it down my cheekbones. Kind of like still taking that same combination of colors, Subconscious and Shadow Play, tapping off the excess. I'm going to do the same along my jawline, and I'm going to connect those two, my cheekbones with my jawline. I'm going to take the darker color called Somber, tap off the excess, and just put that under my chin because I just don't want to accentuate my double chin in pictures always. So some girls just have double chins. It's just a natural thing. Natural phenomenon. So going back into the subconscious, I'm just going to run some of that color along my hairline. Perfect, like that. Happy with my contour. I'm going to go in with some bronzer. I'm going to use the MAC bronzing powder in the color bronze with the same brush. Just lightly dipping into that, taking some excess off, and just going over those cheekbones, warming up that contour. So now the fun part. The fun part is that I'm going to use Shayla's highlight in the color Boomin. And this is a loose powder highlight. And I should mention that this loose powder highlight, sorry, I'm looking at my notes. This loose powder highlight is so, I didn't know the price now. It is so affordable. I believe it's like $7 US. It's amazing, amazing. So I'm gonna dip a fan brush into Boomin because I want some intense highlight. I'm just gonna run that along the top of my cheekbone. And these highlight powders are just finely milled. They're a nice soft powder. They're just beautiful. Take some of that and just put it along my brow bone. I'm gonna take some more of that. Oh. I just spilled it. Aww. Okay, I'm gonna take some of that Boomin that I spilled, whatever's left in the lid, and put it on the other cheekbone. One of the casualties of loose powder highlight in me. That is intense, girl. Bump up the intensity over here because it's not matching. I'm gonna take some of that. I'm gonna run it along the bridge of my nose, and my upper lip. I'm just gonna dip my finger in and just put a little bit of that on the tip of my nose. And just again reinforce the bridge of my nose. See? The highlighter all over me. Boomin. This is Boomin. Boomin, Boomin, Boomin. I think I want a little bit of more of this under my brow bone. So I'm just gonna go in with an eyeshadow brush. Just use a blending brush just because it's pointed and it'll just get exactly where I want it to be. So I'll put that right here. I think I want to add some blush, and because I've got kind of this purpley pink thing going on, I'm going to use a pink colored blush. I'm going to use the MAC Cosmetics Pinch Me blush. This is a matte blush. I'm going to use my Morphe Y3 brush, just dip that in, tap off any excess, and apply that blush between my contour and my highlight. Just adding a little bit of rosiness to my cheeks, bringing some color in. So when my blush is applied, I'm kind of liking how this looks. So now I'm just going to move on and finish up the look with some lipstick. And this collection has three Luxe lipsticks. And the colors are Quickie, Come On Sis, and Ooh. Each one is priced at $7 US each, which I think is extremely affordable. I should mention that they're highly pigmented lipsticks. They feel buttery and they're creamy matte on the lip. And there's a great blend of acai, jojoba, pomegranate seed butters that help to hydrate your lips. So I'm gonna try Quickie. Quickie might be, it's a nice nude, but it might be too light. If that doesn't work, then I'm gonna go in with Come On Sis. Yeah, Quickie is a little too light. So I'm not really feeling Quickie with this look. So I'm gonna wipe it off. And I'm gonna go in with Come On Sis. And first I'm just gonna line it with MAC Cosmetics Plum Lip Liner. You can see I use this lip liner a lot. It is hurting. And I'm going to use Come On Sis, which you'll see is a nice rosy pink or a mauve color. And that's my lipstick. And I'm debating if I should go in with the Ultra Glossy Lip that is also a part of this collection. It's in the color Neat Freak, and it's a gloss with these gold highlights in it. Maybe I'll just put it in the center of my lip just to add a little dimension. And I think that completes the whole look. One thing that I forgot to mention is that I was touched by the makeup gods using Urban Decay's All Nighter Spray. So now my makeup is completely intact and I'm ready for the evening. Today I put together a formal makeup look using ShaylaXColorPop's collection. And not only is this collection completely affordable, but it's 100% brown girl friendly. I really hope that you enjoyed this look, and I hope you try it at home. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button below and share this video with your friends because I'm sure they're looking for formal looks as well. If you like me and you want to see more videos from me, subscribe to my channel. And until next time, I'm sending love and light your way. Bye!